right, Mr. Ian Douglas with two S's. There we go. uh, what a race, man.
What a race.
What a race. This is fresh out of the presses. The race just finished 30 minutes ago. And if you haven't watched it, we have a great coverage on YouTube. You should go there and watch the last minute because Ian at some point was 5 laps behind Todd. But he was moving to the fast lanes. And the last heat, they were side by side, green and blue light. Ian was still like almost 2 laps behind Todd. And he caught it, and he caught it in a dramatic way. I don't want to spoil it, but involves the last lap of the race. So please, just go there and race. Ian's here with me. Of course, you're just seeing his car because this is a race winner video. And we're going to break down quickly. And since Ian's here, so he's going to tell me what he did with the car. First of all, beautiful paint job. We're doing concourse this year, so we're selecting without people know some cars, and we're taking studio photos of it. And at the end of the year, we're gonna open for the whole public to vote. And I need to tell you, this one is the cars that we photographed today. So
awesome!
Look at this thing. We're gonna see the photos that we did on the studio on our Instagram tomorrow. But this thing is amazing, very very nicely done. I don't know if the camera can show, but you have some sort of tones of gray here going on with the black, and the black's not really black. It's kind of a graffiti kind of black. Kind of gray. Amazing stuff, Ian. Congratulations for the win.
Thank you.
A hell of a race. I really thought Todd was having that one.
I thought he was going to have that one too.
Yeah, and you have to stop in the first second of the race to check our braids too. So I say, okay, he gave up. But no, he came back. He came back and did it. And Todd was lucky because he crashed in front of Tim Rivera, and Tim Rivera almost didn't touch his car and put it back. So he didn't lost any time there. And I said, okay, Todd has the luck. But then, oh my God, what happened the last minute?
It was crazy. It was totally crazy. I was convinced that he had it too, so I'm just super lucky.
Very close. So let's talk about the car. This is the car that Ian raced at the Scaleauto Festival to 2024. Ivan was here. I just dropped him off at the airport. This is a Spyker. It's not one of the newest model, but seems to be one of the favorite models. It's a very short, low car with very wide with just skinny chassis. This class is one of the most open class to us, and this year we made a change that we allowed the use of Lexan drivers. So this made the car almost 3/10 faster, maybe more. Of course, the guys developed a lot during the year, especially the tires, because you're using this race. Can you only use a specific AS 20 short tires from Scaleauto? They're very sticky, so people have to figure out how to deal with the car. And of course, they developed this during the year. Last year was kind of the first time using, and I think with more being more familiar with this tire, make the car a little faster. But the Lexan driver makes a huge difference. I'm gonna open up the car and I'm gonna start to show you. The first thing that I notice here is that you have the independent system front wheels.
Yes.
And the independent system front wheels is something that is also allowed. I notice here they have like the dampener on the screw. I'm gonna lose it. And you have the microphone open. Just let me know if there's something that I'm missing here.
Nope, you're not missing anything.
All right. Okay, yeah.
You can lose the damper. Just like last year.
Just like I lost that. So you had the damper last year here? Okay. That's why. Okay, so let's see. Apparently I already lost the dampener.
That's okay.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. You see, I didn't lost it. It just disappeared.
It's magic.
It's magic.
Yeah.
So he has a little, not an O-ring, but a little dampener on the...
It's just a spacer,
here. Yeah, just a little spacer here. What's the reason for that?
Just so the body sits on all the body posts evenly.
Okay. All right. So here I was telling about the front suspension, the front independent system. Did you use the Slotting Plus system, or did you yourself?
Just did it myself. It's a Slotting Plus axle, and then it has the eyelets, just like how Slot-It does their independent fronts.
Can I take this? I'm taking it already.
Yeah, sure.
So this was glued, I think.
Yeah,
it was. So here you go. So we have a magnesium slotted wheel, maybe?
Yes, correct.
Yes, right. And then he has a little eyelet soldered here. And then he holds to the other one here at the same time. So you have the axle doesn't move. Even if you move the axle, the wheel will not move. So both wheels are independent. It's not like the systems that you have in the market that you have a screw here on this guy, and this is the one that is running. So it's a very nice system. He puts, as a spacers, he has 2 collars here, but the collars one has no set screw.
Really?
Yeah, you lost it?
Maybe.
No,
It's very small.
it's very small. Yeah, it's
Okay.
here. So there's 2 holes. So so this is a slotted collar, and with a little screw on it. I noticed too on this car, he has the same collar here holding the axle.
Mm-hmm.
And on this side, there's nothing, probably just like a little spacer here between the bushing and the gear. Knowing Ian, I know that you're never going to put the gear towards the pod.
No, I
Plastic pod.
didn't do that.
All
No.
right, oh no. So I noticed also he has the titanium covered slotting plus axle.
Yeah,
I think this is
it's pretty.
51, right?
55.
55. All right. So one thing when I used to race, I used to have that. That's a hollow axle,
Mhm.
titanium covered. The thing is, when I put those on my checking machine, the cover of the titanium makes
A little bigger.
wobbler. No, it doesn't
Wobbles?
show. It doesn't show
Oh.
straight. And then I stopped using it. Maybe it was just like a bad batch 4 years ago, but I always a little bit curious about it.
Mm.
But the hollow axles without the titanium from Slotting Plus, they're great. I think they're the here's
Hey.
the dampener. There we go. This is the dampener that he was using it.
Gonna put that on eBay.
Put that on eBay. Wheels. What wheels you have here? You have the slotting magnesium too.
They are racer sideways magnesium 15.8 by 10.
15 by, and that's air system wheel with the shoulders
Air system wheel with the foam.
with the foam on it, and the
Yeah.
foam from
Ernie, MR slot car.
MR slot car.
Yeah.
The motor is the motor that we use on the race. That was the spec motor. And I see that you have a Slotting Plus gear here
Mhm.
and the Pinium 2, right?
Yes, 1330.
1330 is the gear ratio. That's the car that won. We have the RT3 pod, 075.
Yep,
Right?
that's correct, yeah.
RT3, right? With the 075, how's it called?
Offset.
Offset.
Yeah.
And one thing that I see that you guys made a change, you guys cut a little bit the plastic here on the pod in order to fit
the big boy weight, yeah.
The big boy weight here in the front. And you have 2 more here on the side. Thank God you don't have anything in front, because I hate when people put weight on front. Of course, they wanted to stop shaking the front of the car, but doesn't really matter. Like, in my opinion, everything that is from the half of the car to back, it's okay. From the half of the car to the front, you're pushing weight, and then you're just losing time. That's my opinion, at least. I noticed also that you have this thick wire here. Can
Sure.
you tell me the reason of that?
Well, when I used to race 124 scale cars, we used to race with Lee Gilbert, who was a friend of Philippe's.
Okay.
And every car that he ever did was blue lead wire. And Herman, loved Lee Gilbert. So I did blue lead wire just as kind of a
All right.
little homage.
All right. But the fact that they are a little thicker than the wire that you used to work, is that okay?
Yeah, it didn't affect the performance at all.
Right. And I noticed that you glued the motor is glued here on the
Yep.
side. The side pod here is not, and you have 2 screws for the motor here. Also, another thing that I noticed is those black screws on the pod. Are those original from the pod?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
didn't
I
know
ran
that.
the little wings that come with the pod.
Yeah, there's 2 wings that comes available, so he put
Yeah.
the wings in. So right here you have on the pod you have metric, probably slotted R screws, or even Scaleauto. But I noticed that you have the wings on it, so you don't have much movement front to back, just side
Correct.
to side.
Yeah.
So there's no front to back. So here you have just slightly off those 4, and those 2 here are stuck.
Tight, yeah.
Tight, not super tight, but tight. So the only movement that you have is side by side. So you don't have movement up and down, or barely, no, nothing.
Yeah, barely.
Nothing, yeah. So side to side. And the other thing I noticed is the Slotting Plus guide. That's the long guide that you can have the 101, 102, 103. I think that's the number.
Maybe.
And they're the same guide. You just have a longer blade that you can cut it. So here you're probably at a limit of 25 millimeters, which
Yep.
is what the rule says.
Yeah.
Which is something that I didn't measure the other guys.
Oh.
Okay, that's okay. That's too much. What is this piece of tape here?
What is there a piece of tape?
Yeah, there's a piece of tape here.
Oh, so there was an accident in the practice sessions where my car hit something and the front of the body cracked. And so that was an issue I was experiencing throughout the weekend where the body would get stuck. So
Okay.
I put the tape on the body to try to keep it from getting stuck under there. Clearly it did not work. It didn't stay there.
Well, we're here at this video, so the car won the race.
Thank God.
There's another very curious thing about those chassis from Slotting Plus. You can see those things here in some NSR, especially the Formula 1s and the Thunder slots. You have those spaces here that you can fit a set screw. And if you fit a set screw there, you have those little wings here on the body.
Yep.
So the body doesn't change, doesn't touch much the chassis. They're literally based on those set screws. So you don't have the body picking up on the chassis. So I noticed that you have the four. Did you play around with this, or you just set up one height and that was it?
No. So what I do is I turn the car upside down, and then I adjust all those so that the body doesn't. It just sits completely flat on all the posts, and I find that for whatever reason helps the car be more predictable.
Very nice. One thing that I didn't show was the body movement. You had a lot of body movement here.
Yeah,
right?
like 3 millimeters or something like that.
More in the front, more in the back, or no?
It's just pretty even.
Pretty even. That's very cool. Front tires, I believe, slotted or something like that.
Yeah, slotted.
Nothing special, nothing zero grip or anything.
No,
like
they're
that.
slotted 0 grip. Yeah.
Okay, but as soon as you threw at them, you lost the layer, right?
Yeah, probably.
Still.
Sure.
Here, the chassis ended up the race pretty flat. Nothing wrong with it. Both wheels very well positioned, and you have it about like 0.8 or maybe 1 millimeter out. And if you see the car, there is no distance here, no distance here. The way that you set up this little explanation, you put the wheels on the car. You have 2 set screws spaces here, so you go this until you set up your height.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you pick it up at the bottom ones and just make enough to don't get the axle stuck, but you still have some movement, and there is no space in between. So this is a perfect setup here. In here, the Lexan driver, which is picked with just tape it here with 3 pieces of tape. This Lexan driver is very well painted. You're not gonna see here, but
beautiful.
This comes from Interlagos Miniatures, Lineu Pestana Fernandes in Brazil. He makes those, we sell those. They're a little bigger than that. Of course, you can have space to cut it, make it lighter, and this was a big difference from this year's race.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything
Massive.
else? Anything else to add it? Besides the fact that I lost your dampener and I took off your glue.
Nope, that's pretty much it. You covered everything.
Cool, right? Nice car.
It was a hard car to drive. I don't know if it was obviously the fastest car today.
Yeah, pole position. That's the pole position, the winner, the Hit Series winner, the semifinal winner.
But it was tough. It was a tough drive. So I don't know if I'd be running that car again, but it was fast. It was real fast.
Guys, thank you very much for watching. This is Out of the Press. Super hot car. Just won the race. Ian, thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting me to take Ivan to the airport and come back. But that's it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Marco. And Carlos.
Thank you.
Should I put together? Let's put just the wheel. Very nice, man. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
What a race.
Amazing. That was amazing.
What a race.
That was really cool.